Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ethan Cates, and today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Here's your Charge on Air update. The Young Democratic Socialists of America held a panel on February 25th in the Student Union in the Charge on Chamber, celebrating Black History Month and discussing the African labor movement after UCF chose not to recognize the month this year. Charge on Air reporter Jan Perez highlights the panel's discussions and why they matter.
YDSA's panel began with Seminole State College professor Trent Temengo. He showed artwork that described the life of African Americans during the first half of the 21st century. Mateo Herrera, a member of YDSA, explains why he thinks UCF didn't celebrate Black History Month this year.
I would say that it has to do with politics. The Trump administration, Trump getting reelected, there has very clearly been an attack on many diversity initiatives.
Marissa Bellinger, a history graduate, talked about her thesis on the teacher pay equalization, a nationwide campaign by the NAACP targeting pay discrimination of Black teachers. Josh Keller, English literature major, spoke about the need for a revolutionary program for workers. This panel shows solidarity between students and faculty at UCF, taking matters into their own hands to celebrate Black History Month. Josh Keller, YDSA Development Committee co-chair, speaks on what the impact of this panel has on UCF faculty and students on campus.
The impact of a panel like this, or even continued educational events, is that students, faculty, community members are educated, hear directly from people, and also able to interact with each other on a social basis and really get to know each other. We're not going to be able to combat these laws without really having a basis for unity.
After opening the floor for questions, UFF Union member Robert Casanello closed the panel with an anecdote of the change that has come from the Charge on Chamber. In Orlando, Jan Perez, UCF Nightly News.
YDSA's panel was brought together in a collaboration between UCF and the UFF Union. UCF hosts its first Out of the Darkness campus walk to raise awareness about suicide prevention. The event took place at UCF's Memorial Park. Reporter Ruby Merced tells us more.
This event aimed to educate and eliminate suicide stigma through discussions. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, suicide is the third leading cause of death for those aged 15 to 24 in the U.S. UCF law enforcement officers receive training in suicide prevention to assist students. Eli Elson is a member of the UCF's Active Minds. He says the event inspired him.
I lost my cousin Justin to suicide 2 years ago, and I finally have gotten the strength to try to find help and meet with people who have the same experience as me.
Olson said suicide is a big issue in college and that these events help students.
UCF has partnered with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and is raising awareness and funds for prevention, mental health, and research. Chief Metziger has brought this initiative for the first time to UCF.
Carl Metziger is a UCF Chief Associate Vice President for Public Health and Chief of Police. He says he takes suicide prevention seriously, having lost his nephew to suicide and his son to a drug overdose.
We have literally talked students off the tops of parking garages who are threatening to jump, and we've saved dozens of lives over the years. But we haven't been able to save them all. And so when we can, it's very personal to us, and it hurts us because we want to save them all.
Chief Metziger says the event was a success with 400 participants and $18,000 raised in donations. In Orlando, Ruby Merced, The Charge on Air.
If you or someone you know is interested in mental health and finding resources on campus, contact UCF's Counseling and Psychological Services. UCF's 6th annual bassoon workshop was held this past Saturday at the rehearsal hall. UCF students and local bassoon players had the opportunity to attend this event. Students played in front of their peers and other bassoonists as guest Sean Mauser, a bassoon professor at the University of Southern California, provided feedback. Later, all the attendees were invited on stage to perform as an ensemble and played excerpts under Mauser's guidance. This event was organized by the Associate Professor of Bassoon, Dr. Yoon Ju Huang. She says events like these provide a great opportunity for anyone to learn more about music.
The music connect people. It's really a universal language. So I think it's important to seek some opportunity in communities such as UCF Annual Business Workshop. Then people communicate with young business and professional business. So this is one of the great opportunities that they can participate and then learn.
By continuing to host the UCF Bassoon Workshop, Dr. Huang and UCF students are creating a lasting tradition on campus within the Central Florida community. Spring has arrived early in Florida, and while many are enjoying the warmer weather, there's a downside: pollen. Our reporter, Manuela Salinas, shows us how this unexpected pollen spike is affecting campus life.
Spring has sprung early in Florida, bringing with it a familiar guest, pollen. According to the USA National Penology Network, pollen levels are rising sooner than usual. In Florida, tree pollen season usually peaks in March and April, but Orlando's high pollen counts have started early, extending the season from February to May. For students like Laura Alvarez, a junior entertainment management major, that means daily struggles. She says her only option is to deal with the symptoms until the season ends.
If I'm on class or at work, I sneeze a lot, I'm always itching my eyes, my nose too, and I have to make sure that I take my medication, otherwise it's going to be super uncomfortable to me to live throughout the day with it. But at the end of the day, I cannot do anything about it, and I just have to wait till the fall.
Imagine pollen is like glitter at a party. Once it's in the air, it sticks on everything. Just like glitter clings to your clothes and skin, pollen floats around and can stick to your hair, your eyes, and even the air you breathe. And here in Orlando, that pollen party started earlier this year, which means UCF students are dealing with allergy symptoms sooner than expected.
To manage allergies, James Chow's medical director of the UCF Health Center says there are medications that can help keep symptoms under control.
We're going to try to take medication to counteract that. The first class of medicines are nasal steroids. They're very safe. They don't get absorbed systemically. And they come in, the main brand is Flonase is a good example.
Dr. Strauss also emphasizes the importance of recognizing the difference between a cold and allergies. Allergies typically cause itching in nose, eyes, and sometimes the skin, while a cold often comes with fever and other symptoms. With pollen season impossible to avoid, simple precautions can help students manage allergies. In Orlando, Manuela Salinas, The Charge on Air.
If you would like to check real-time pollen forecasts and find allergy resources, you can visit pollen.com. Big changes are coming for goalkeepers. Starting July 1st, 2025, if a goalkeeper holds the ball for more than 8 seconds, the opposing team will get a corner kick instead of an indirect free kick. This new rule aims to stop time wasting and will be tested at the FIFA Club World Cup in June. This new rule will also be in effect during the 2026 World Cup in the US, meaning goalkeepers will need to move fast on the biggest stage. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 76 degrees with windy skies and no chance of rain. A perfect day to let the wind do your hairstyling. Tonight, temperatures drop to 71 degrees, so grab a cozy sweater and enjoy the breeze. Tomorrow brings a 40% chance of rain and windy conditions, so keep your favorite hoodie handy. But don't worry, warm weather and sunny skies will be back later this week. That's all the time we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at The Charge News. And check back here tomorrow for another news update. I'm Ethan Cates. Thanks for watching and have a great day.